Disney World is gearing up for a big year with a lot of openings. We've talked a lot about the rides that are coming in 2021, but how about those restaurants? Where can you look forward to eating in Disney World next year? Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Dining 220 miles above the earth at a Parisian creperie and at a barbecue within the world of Toy Story are just a few of the coming soon restaurant opportunities we have to look forward to at Disney World. We're still awaiting opening dates, but today we're talking about the things you need to know about Disney World's newest restaurants. Let's start with Space 220. This seems like the cursed restaurant. It's been trying to open for 2 years. It was first scheduled to open by the end of 2019, then rumored for a February opening, which would be so cool because it would be like 2/20, get it? February 20th, 2020. All the 20s, you get it? Okay, moving on. And that was delayed initially by some issues in construction and then, of course, delayed by the park closures. So what do you need to know about this place? Well, one, it's a highly themed restaurant that's going to simulate travel to and dining in a space station. Elevators are going to simulate a rocket liftoff, and it's going to take you to the dining room. Now, that's a majorly cool concept, and Space 220 will be a hot reservation, but they will have a first-come, first-served lounge if you're not able to snag a reservation in advance. The restaurant appears to have seating levels, kind of like Coral Reef, so everyone has a good view, even if you're not at the quote-unquote window to see out into simulated space. So it's going to be sort of stadium seating. As far as the menu, we're still awaiting specifics, but we know that it will offer internationally inspired cuisine, along with more than 1,000 bottles of the world's finest wines and a wide selection of craft beer. Space 220 is run by the Patina Group. If that name sounds familiar, it's because they also run Tutto Italia and Via Napoli and Epcot's Italy Pavilion. They run Morimoto Asia, Maria and Enzo's, and the Edison in Disney Springs, and they have several restaurants in downtown Disney over in Disneyland as well. Now, in the current Epcot guide map, the restaurant is listed as $2 signs to $3 signs, which places it squarely in the Disney World restaurant's mid to high pricing tier. So expect dishes to range from $15 to $60. The restaurant's going to seat up to 350 guests at full capacity, though this does not account for limited capacity restrictions. Now, there will be a spinning wall of produce. Okay, maybe not majorly important, but this is one of the only real design elements we've heard about besides the space windows. And a spinning wall of produce is pretty cool, right? At least we know some sort of thing that's going to be there. Now, we're still awaiting an opening date for Space 220, but based on what we know, it should be opening in 2021. All right, let's talk about Roundup Rodeo BBQ. We haven't heard much about this new table service restaurant coming to Toy Story Land since it was announced, but progress has been ongoing, and there are a few things we can deduce from Disney's limited press release information. Number one, Roundup Rodeo BBQ is one project that did not get paused due to park closures. Before the closures, the exterior marquee was being installed, and things still seem to be right on track, even though this project doesn't get a lot of the spotlight. Concept art for the restaurant shows large bowls and serving dishes, and in Disney's press releases, it has been described as family friendly. This could likely point to a family style meal rather than a la carte or buffet menu. Number three, it is very likely not a character meal. Disney's made no mention of Toy Story characters being involved beyond larger than life cutouts as part of the restaurant's decor, but you can still see your favorite Toy Story pals in Toy Story Land when character meet and greets return. And number four, again, there is no opening date for Roundup Rodeo BBQ, but based on the construction progress and previous announcements stating it was expected to open by the end of 2020, we expect to be able to dine here in 2021. All right, heading over to Epcot, La Creperie de Paris. We're very excited for this new addition to the France Pavilion in Epcot. We could always get crepes at that crepe stand, but this new restaurant will offer more options. La Creperie will have both table service and quick service options, along with sweet and savory crepes inspired by the Brittany region of France. You'll have lots of options from the menu and the choice of a quick grab-and-go snack or a full sit-down meal. The restaurant will feature a menu from celebrity chef Jérôme Bocuse of Chefs de France and Monsieur Paul, also in the France Pavilion. And construction was delayed along with Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Both are officially slated to open in 2021 at this point. All right, let's talk about the Italy Gelato Kiosk. A lot of you don't know about this one yet. Epcot will be welcoming a new gelato kiosk next year. While we don't know just when we can start enjoying some frozen treats in the park there, we have been keeping tabs on the construction walls that have appeared in the Italy Pavilion. This is another location that will be run by Patina Group, so Tutto Italia, Via Napoli, Space 220. They run all the Italy restaurants right now. And while the gelato cart in the Italy Pavilion isn't something new, this will replace the current gelato cart and bring a lot more flavor options. According to Disney, the new kiosk will be scooping up 12 different varieties of gelato and sorbet, including gluten-friendly and plant-based flavors. It's going to offer a seasonally inspired menu and will incorporate local fruits into its recipes. Okay, going to cookies. We're headed over to Disney Springs to talk about Gideons Bakehouse. This might be the one we're most excited for. We loved getting Gideon's cookies at Polite Pig over the years, and we have made our fair share of trips over to the East End Market to get a lot of Gideon's Bakehouse cookies when we've been in Orlando. Now soon, this Orlando-based cookie shop is going to have their own flagship store in Disney Springs. So Gideon's will have a hot cookie hour where for 1 hour each evening, folks will be able to purchase a hot Gideon's chocolate chip cookie with homemade ice cream. And the shop will also sell giant cake slices and specialty drinks in addition to their famous gigantic cookies. Now they do currently sell cake slices over at the East End Market. They are delicious. And my favorite part about this is that they're double frosted cakes. So you've got sometimes 2 different flavors of frosting on your cake slice, which is awesome. The new Gideons Bakehouse location is themed with a backstory to fit the brand and the Disney Springs theme overall. According to Gideons, demolition done during construction of the shop uncovered a small gap in a brick wall. And within that gap, workers discovered a vintage ledger and an old daguerreotype of the shop's owner, Jonathan Lindworm. Mr. Lindworm was a purveyor of rare books and antiquities and sold such things in his shop. Gideons promises that when the shop opens, more will be revealed about this mysterious man and backstory. Every bit of design here is there to support this backstory, and that's pretty cool. Each of the cookies are handcrafted in small batches and weigh almost half a pound. They are definitely made to share, and I am not lying when I tell you that I hand carried a huge box of Gideons cookies on the plane on my way back home from Disney World on my last trip. I think I brought home about 14 cookies and my wrist was almost sprained after carrying that weight the whole travel day. So they are very, very heavy and very delicious. Now Gideons is still expected to open sometime this year, 2020. All right, still in Disney Springs, let's talk about Glazed donuts and cold brew. So this is coming soon to Disney Springs and was just announced in June of this year. We don't know too much, but the name tells us this joint will be serving donuts and cold brew, eh? We haven't seen any official menus, but promo photos appear to show your more classic chocolate glazed and sprinkled donuts, along with more exciting options that come topped with Reese's Cups, Oreos, and toasted marshmallows. I don't know if any of you have those gourmet donut shops nearby you. We have one here where I live, and the donuts are kind of over the top, crazy concoctions with lots of toppings. Think kind of voodoo donuts kind of situation. I think that's sort of what they're going for here. Now, at the beginning of November, Glazed was hiring employees, indicating that they could be opening soon. All right, and finally, Beatrix. We haven't heard much about this restaurant expected to come to Disney Springs since it was announced back in August of 2019. This is the first Beatrix location outside of Illinois. It's a Chicago-based restaurant, and the new restaurant is set to feature healthy foods, including vegetarian, gluten-free, and vegan options, along with fresh squeezed juice cocktails. Beatrix is going to be pulling double or triple duty. It's being described as a restaurant, coffee shop, and grab-and-go market with a bakery and full-service bar. It seems that Beatrix is still planned to open, and a good deal of construction took place before the park closures. According to a spokesperson from Beatrix, due to the global health crisis, things are on hold and a restart date has not yet been determined. So we'll keep you updated on that. So there's still quite a bit up in the air about some of these coming soon restaurants, and we can't wait to get some concrete opening dates. Which Disney restaurant are you most excited to dine at in 2021? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for listening, you guys, and thanks for watching. You know that as soon as these restaurants open up, we're going to be the first ones there to let you know all about it. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.